Hey guys, welcome to Coast.
Today, let's talk about RBI. The RBI is a not for profit organization, yet, it made a profit of nearly 2.2 lakh crores in financial year 23. So, how on earth did it achieve this? Through a simple process called seigniorage. Now, this is just a fancy term for the profits that the banks make by printing currency. Think about it this way. If the RBI prints a 100 rupee note and gives it to bank for circulation, the bank doesn't get it for free. It has to buy the note and transfer the full face value of rupees 100 to the RBI coffers. But here's the thing. The RBI basically whipped this note out of thin air. The only cost it incurred was probably around 2 rupees to print the note. Put it in another way. The RBI spent 2 rupees to get 100 rupees, and that difference is the profit for the central bank. So, in basic terms, this profit is called seigniorage. So, what does it do with these profits? Well, it puts money to work and tries to make even more money for itself. Now, for instance, it can lend this money to bank for their daily needs. It fetches interests for the RBI. Then there's the Indian government, which also needs money for its activities. And when the government issue bonds to borrow money from people, the RBI steps in here too. It buys these bonds and pockets a nice sum of interest from the government. Then it can buy foreign assets also, such as US government bonds. It earns interest and has a benefit of giving the RBI some exposure to the dollar. Or it can just buy and hold dollar for by itself. And when the value of the dollar rises, the RBI can proactively sell it and pocket the gains. In fact, just by buying low and selling high last year, the RBI made over 1 lakh crore profits in the forex trades. Basically, the RBI prints or creates a bit of money and then uses that to make a whole lot more. The end result of all this is that the RBI earned a grand total of 2.35 lakh crore in financial year 23, a whooping 47% higher than the previous year. It gets to pocket most of this because it doesn't have too many expenses either. There is the cost to print notes, then it delegates some form of government related work to other banks and it pays them a fee for that. And finally, it needs to pay everyone on its payroll. Put together, this comes up to just around 15,000 crores. Oh, and since the RBI isn't really a for profit entity, it doesn't have to pay any income tax either. So, the massive profits of 2.2 lakh crores. And what does it do with these profits? Well, the RBI is a prudent money manager. So when it makes a windfall, the first thing it does is save a chunk for a rainy day situation. It pushes money into its contingency fund, something it can dip into if there is an unprecedented event that the rocky economy, say if some of its investment fail or a pandemic like corona hits again and we need to protect the banking system. And this year, it decided to move 1.3 lakh crores into this fund to be on the safer side. Now, if you jot these numbers down on a spreadsheet, you will still see there is some money left. In fact, the net income of RBI was approximately 87,000 crores in financial year 23. But it doesn't really keep this money for itself too. Instead, it transferred this to the government as a dividend. See, typically government spends more money than it earns. It needs to build infrastructure, dole out subsidies for social welfare schemes, and beef up the military. There are a whole lot of expenses, and we end up borrowing money and paying interest on it. So, any bonus money really helps. And since the RBI is technically owned by the government, it gets its share of profits too. So, yeah, because the RBI has quite a bonanza this year, not only was it able to build its contingency fund, but it could even transfer the nice chunk of 87,000 crores to the government as a dividend too. And that's it. And now you know how the RBI makes and spends its money. Thank you guys. If you liked this video and if you felt this video insightful, do share, do like and do subscribe this channel.